I met Derek and Leah Klein last year at Win the Storm, started investigating a little bit about what they do and their hail maps and things like that. I loved what they had to say and what their customers had to say about them. That's one thing that really sold me, was the word of mouth. So I ended up calling them up one day, going through a demo, signed up for them, and it's been great.
We're doing a material study with them on aged materials and how hail impacts them, driving this truck behind me actually into hailstorms.
What makes Hailtrace stand out is the innovative part of it. They're always developing every day new research, and we actually talk a lot on the phone back and forth. Constructive criticism, hey, I'm having issues with this, and it was really great this year to see a major issue that I was seeing and an idea that I had that they took to heart and actually put into place, and it really made a difference for not just me, but for everybody in the industry.
We process everything in-house with 3 meteorologists. So, like, let's say you need a wind report for an address. You send that to us, and we just go search everything for that address, and we put together a forensic report showing in detail what wind did to that property.
Now, Hailtrace is incredible. They've helped us do a lot of weather research. We've moved from doing our own research and weather data and hail swaths into actually just using Hailtrace full time. The reports are amazing, and I would truly recommend them to everybody that does hail claims.
They are excellent in everything that they do, from the customer service, people that back them up, accuracy of the maps, the accessibility of the website and the apps. It's awesome.
There's a reason that when you see in Storm Ventures Group or some of the other private groups, when someone asks who they use for mapping or canvassing, 9 out of 10 people recommend Hailtrace, and there's a good reason for that.
There we go. Now I got audio. What's up, guys? We are here doing live coverage. I was cooking dinner and got a text message from Frank, who's on call today, and it looks like we got some storms moving in currently over Lubbock with at least golf ball size hail. So let's get right into it here, guys. I'm gonna roll the radar back just a little bit. Looks like let's get 2 panels here. So this is the radar's rolled back just a little bit from, let's see, right now it's 5:10, so about half an hour ago, this storm just to the southwest of Lubbock near Wolforth, it moved up to the northeast and had up to golf ball size hail. We have a report here and a couple golf ball size hail reports, and now we are at the point of the storm moving into the southwestern sides of Lubbock, Texas. Now, right now, I don't think there's any sort of gigantic hail. I think we're only seeing quarter to golf ball size hail, but I'm looking at this over here. Let me go back to 2 panels a little easier. So this is just to the west of Lubbock. This little storm looks like it's trying to form very quickly, and this will be moving right towards where Texas Tech's at and near downtown. And the storm down to the south here, unfortunately, one of the frustrating parts of Lubbock, Texas, the radar is right north of downtown, so we're right up against the radar here. So it makes it so there's a lot of clutter, making things a little confusing to see. But you can tell that it is indeed hailing, especially along the south loop here. Loop, what is it? Loop 289, and that's probably a quarter, $half. That's how you can see when I'm zoomed out a little bit. You can tell how the CCs are a lot lower. So it's probably quite a bit of hail falling right now. Now the big question is, how big is this going to get? Right now, only seeing golf ball size hail. We'll kind of see how things get better. Randy asks, how's Derek? Derek is recovering. His surgery went well. For those of you who don't know, he was in Chicago for his wedding anniversary with his wife, and unfortunately, his gallbladder said you're not going to have a good anniversary. So he had emergency surgery this morning, but he is fine and recovering nicely. He'll be heading back to Oklahoma on Tuesday. Hang on 1 second, guys. Just want to make sure the door is closed so my dogs don't make a cameo appearance in here. So, all right, so we got 2 areas we're watching coming in. Down south here, Woodrow. Looks like this is the new developing storm down to the south. This will probably move to the east-southeast, and that won't impact much of Lubbock. Again, the area I'm looking at right now is off to the west here, where there's a lot of pink showing up. Looks like quite a bit of hail falling there. So let's look at an overview, see everything that's going on right now. So here's the storm in Lubbock, again, up to golf ball size hail. It's going to probably be easily a 3-star map. Right now, I'm not expecting a 5-star map unless something changes drastically at the moment. Further to the north, we've got another storm over by Plainview, Texas, and that's going to probably move just to the north of Plainview. And we're also now watching a storm that is to the west of Amarillo. It looks like this will stay to the south of Amarillo. So, also, we keep working our way up into the plains here. We have a couple storms in Kansas. These are all in pretty rural areas. Looks like one storm close to Great Bend, but it is moving the wrong direction. Or actually, honestly, not really moving at all. But more importantly, up here to the north, I'm sure somebody would be asking about Nebraska. Off to the southeast of Grand Island. Grand Island just missed out on a big-time hailstorm, unfortunately, and that's continuing to move to the south. I don't think there's any population centers there, but I am watching this one pretty carefully here. It has slowly been sliding south towards Lincoln, Nebraska. So this one is, again, over by Raymond and Garland, Nebraska, and this is moving slowly towards Lincoln. We'll see if it actually has up to golf ball size hail by the time it gets there. Unfortunately, earlier, when I came home from doing some grocery shopping, it looked like nothing really happened in Omaha, and I think Omaha's chances are gone. So, big current story is definitely, all right, let's see. And then further to south, okay, that's not going to hit Midland. Okay. So the biggest story in terms of population centers right now is the Lubbock area. I'm just going to click on warnings. Okay, we got a 2-inch, warned for 2-inch hail. So it looks like probably up to 2-inch hail fell. Got trained weather spotters confirming that. And then that's also one ping pong balls. So again, up to 2-inch hail has fallen again. This is at least going to be a 3-star map. Right now, nothing screams 5-star to me at the moment. But it is a storm impacting a population center, and we want to make sure we are here for a video. I'm sorry I didn't have videos, forecast videos today or yesterday. I was kind of busy doing some other stuff. And yesterday especially was not a high impact day. And I guess I probably should have done a forecast video today, but alas, there's other things that have been ongoing. So now that we have another frame update here, this is from about 3 minutes ago. You can see this area of pink is going to be heading right towards the West Loop 289. And again, I'm going to move probably right along, what is this, Highway 82 into Lubbock pretty soon here. We'll see how big this hail is. I'm just going to put 4 panels on for a second just to kind of get my bearings a little bit here, see what this storm's looking like. Definitely got quite a bit of hail in this. And then down to the south is a little, oh God, this is always a challenging area. It looks like the storm's, so look, all right, so now I'm looking at the storm here. You can tell that it kind of splits. So you have one section right here, the other section up by Wolfworth. You see it kind of splits, so you got one storm here, another storm here. So the big question is, how big is this hail in the split? It's definitely storming along University Ave and over on 34th Street. Question is, how big is that hail right now? The storm, I'm not seeing too much on the CCs, but we're also very close to the radar. And I know Lubbock's radar can be kind of weird sometimes, so this might turn into we see a report come in, and that kind of gives us a better idea of what to expect. Wouldn't be surprised. Again, we had probably up to 2-inch hail, especially in the southwestern sections of Lubbock. So if you're on the south side of the loop, you probably got up to some golf ball size hail, maybe some 2-inch size hail. Pretty similar to, I think, last year's storm, a similar area of up to, except much smaller. Last year, that storm in this area had like 3-inch hail or something. Definitely not as big on that one. Okay, let's see if there are any comments. No exciting new comments. We have a new storm trying to develop and really take over south of Woodrow. This is not going to impact too many people at all because, we got another update here. And let's see what this do. Now we're getting into an area that is very hard to see on radar. Let's see. Yeah, So we got this storm down to the south. This one is definitely taken over as the dominant storm. However, it is away from Lubbock. In Lubbock itself, I'm not seeing a real drop in the correlation coefficient. Let me look at the other panels. Try again, trying to get a little idea of what to exciting comment here. And let's see. All right, we are in limbo a little bit here, guys. Where, again, unfortunately, with being very close to the radar, it's a mix of being very useful, but also you're also a little blind for a little bit. It looks like if this frame is to be believed, there isn't a whole lot of hail falling at the moment. We might have maxed out on our hail. That's why I keep kind of double checking over here on the warnings, see if any new reports sneak in while we're talking about other stuff. Right now, again, it looks like up to some 2-inch hail happened in the southwestern sides of Lubbock, and that's going to be at least a 3-star map. That's available right now. Again, we've got a lot of other activity ongoing. We have a big storm here just to the southeast of Grand Island, Nebraska, and we're watching another storm that is getting close to the doorsteps of Lincoln, Nebraska as well. So I'm actually going to bring up a second radar, and we're going to take a look at the storm over by Lincoln to make sure nothing sneaks past us. Elsewhere across like West Texas, you got a storm over by Plainview, and a storm that is most likely going to pass harmlessly to the south of Amarillo, Texas in the upcoming couple hours here. A couple other storms out in rural areas. Dodge City is surrounded by storms, but Dodge City itself probably not going to see too much of anything. And there's my other radar. And let's bring up, not Atlanta, but Omaha. So if you're just joining us, came live because we had a storm here that dropped up some golf ball size on the southwestern sides of Lubbock. And gonna be a nice little 3-star map. Again, unless something crazy comes in, we start seeing some big pictures or some more reports show up. Right now, it looks like hail threat may be a little bit smaller, where most of the storm is really taking off in Woodrow, Texas, which is to the south of Lubbock, and there's not a lot south of there. Again, some pictures. So I got a little donut-looking picture in Wolforth that Matt just sent to us, and I'll probably try looking up some more pictures in a little bit here, hopefully to get you guys some kind of confirmation of what we are seeing for hail. All right, I'm gonna see if Omaha's radar needs to load. So now we're shifting gears a little bit. We're going far north to this storm that is heading in the general direction of Lincoln, Nebraska. The storm has been going for a while. It's turning into a complex. So the big question is going to be, is this thing still going to be producing hail by the time it gets to Lincoln in the next probably half hour, hour or so? And that is some rotation right there, but I doubt that's really going to be. So let me get the radar loaded up and see. Yeah, everything's trying to rotate in. Definitely quite a bit of hail falling near Raymond, Nebraska. We had up to some golf ball size hail a little while ago. We'll see if that's still going to be the case as we get closer to Lincoln here again. We're kind of at the doorstep of Lincoln, Nebraska, but my concern is it's looking like it's all turning into one large complex, and that may really minimize the hail threat as we get into Lincoln. We have another pretty monster storm. That's not going to really hit anybody in to the east of Grand Island, Nebraska as well. Back over by the Lubbock storm, Woodrow is getting quite a bit of hail now. $50 report just came in. So you're seeing $50 size hail. You can see the CCs, the correlation coefficient here, all that green and yellow and blue. I know it's a little more noisy than what we normally have because we are very close to the radar, but it looks like that south side area here, this is where you're seeing all the hail. I think the hail over by Texas Tech may have been pretty minimized. I think, I don't know, this when we're this close to the radar, like within a couple miles of the radar, or within a couple miles of the area where you're in the zone of nothingness, it can be sometimes a little challenging to tell what exactly is going on. But at the moment, unless I get confirmation from somebody else, there's not a whole lot in the way of hail happening in downtown Lubbock. It's all to the south, where we'll probably see a nice little burst of hail south of 98th Street in Lubbock and down, especially along Highway 87 in Woodrow, where there's not too many people in that area, it looks like. So, I got a new warning here, may be calming down our live coverage. This might be a quick hitter here, guys. No case, no care. Yeah, Kansas City, you're not seeing anything today. I'm sorry. May have to wait a little bit longer. Let's see. Any other new reports? New reports, $1/4 to $half size hail coming in with that storm. I think here in downtown Lubbock, not too much at the moment, and may stay that way. And of course, we have a storm tantalizingly close to Lincoln, and that's going to kind of probably keep me doing live coverage for slightly longer. All right. Off screen here on my other monitor, where I'm broadcasting from, I'm going to try to see if I can find any kind of pictures for you guys, try to see if there's anything exciting possibly going on. Let's see, which radar should I bring up while I'm on Twitter? Okay, there's Lubbock's radar, Lubbock. Yeah, Lubbock. We'll have Lubbock up here. So you can see all the hail currently falling. Again, it's in the Woodrow area, which is the southern area of Lubbock, Texas. Those of you who don't know much about West Texas, in the Texas Panhandle, you basically have a city and then there's nothing in the surrounding areas. So it's pretty much all or nothing on the Lubbock side of things. Okay, let's see. Latest post. Pictures. Quarter size hail. I saw myself on Twitter. 12-inch size hail. Yeah. So again, this is not going to be a 5-star map. It's probably going to be a 3-star, with unless of course something else goes up. See another storm trying to pop up here over by Wolfworth. So again, it's always the fun of some of these events is we get other storms to pop up after we have the one that already happens. I think Lubbock itself, now that these storms have moved through, I don't think there's been too much in the way of big hail in the downtown area. And okay, Twitter's not super helpful at the moment. Again, I'm off screen. Looking up pictures. See what people are posting, seeing what kind of hail people are seeing, especially in the area of an area where we're kind of in a blind spot. Okay, sorry about a little bit of the quietness right there. I'm double checking. Video golf ball size hail I already see here on this one news channel. Okay, let's see. Give you guys an idea of what we're seeing in terms of volume of hail. I can bring it over here. You can see the hail on this. Got quite a bit of hail, and you can tell there's quite a few bigger ones in here. Definitely up to some golf ball size hail. This is just one of the news channels. It's Kelsey Park, 135th and Quaker. There you go. That looks to be about up to some ping pong ball size hail there. Got quarter size hail, 125th and Flint from about a minute ago. Not 100% sure what this is. Let's see. This one right here. There you go. Look at that. There you go, guys. You can tell Definitely some hard hail, which is good. Bouncing around on the road and everything. When they're bouncing on the road, that usually means you're seeing some hard hail. It's when they splat. When you get like those slushy snowballs, it's not something you can see. Yeah, nice dense hail there. And getting quite a few pictures already, which is also kind of a good sign. When you get a bunch of pictures. Again, nothing crazy huge. So I'm not seeing anything like no baseballs or anything like that. That's why it's not going to be a 5-star map. I think we're only going to be seeing 3-star map out of this for the Lubbock area. And yeah, there's a golf ball. By comparison, definitely some golf ball size hail in Lubbock and Woolforth, which is one of the few towns outside of Lubbock. Okay. All right, so now next radar update here while we've been looking at some pictures. Looks like another storm trying to go up over by Woolforth. We'll see if this actually does anything or if the atmosphere is a little too worked over. That's something you only can kind of see as things progress. Whoa, geez. Got some baseball size hail up in Nebraska. Unfortunately, it is not hitting anybody and is not the storm heading towards Lincoln. This storm's been a monster for a while now. It does not surprise me if there's some baseballs. Kind of surprised me with baseballs up there. I wasn't expecting baseballs in Nebraska today, but the storm went crazy. So here you go. Another tennis ball report by this storm by Great Bend. But again, unfortunately, it's not really moving too much, and it's not over Great Bend, Kansas. So I don't think it's going to be doing too much there. And hail size is in Lubbock up to 2-inch hail is what looks to be. It looks like a nice range of quarter to up to 2-inch hail. So quarter golf ball, occasional 2-inch hail. And that's gonna be the southwestern sections of Lubbock, unless we see pictures from elsewhere. I do not know very easily off the top of my head street locations or anything in Lubbock. So we'll kind of see how it comes up. No audio. I got audio. I know there's audio on here. Definitely got some audio on here. I see my microphone on, so. Alright, we're going to shift over. We're going to check out Lincoln. We're going to go over to the Nebraska area. Oh, boy. Okay. So, yeah, we're watching this storm. This latest update's interesting here as it's moved towards Malcolm. The storm seems to be consolidated into one big old hail core here. Yeah, audio is fine. Somebody might be just screwing with me. So like all the way down to Highway 34. This is just north of Lincoln. I may have to change the title on here to include Lincoln, Nebraska, because Lincoln might be under the gun here in the next half hour or so. And again, we got up to baseball size hail. This storm off to the west. Fortunately, it's not hitting anybody too intense. Seeing Lincoln now feels real hailish out. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if this actually gets there. I mean, with these storms, sometimes they can be a little fussy. You can get storms that it looks good, and then it finally gets to the area, and it just kind of peters out, and it gusts out, and all the hail falls out, and it just comes with wind and rain. But this one, I mean, it's looking pretty good right now, and it's looking pretty good in the right time frame to probably get close to Lincoln here. So again, we're gonna stay here. We're gonna watch this carefully. Obviously, we are. Ooh, somebody's pouring a funnel cloud, I guess. Again, we have reports up to golf ball size hail, which I believe that completely understandable with this guy here. We'll see how this progresses over the next few minutes. Any other reports that have come in? More quarter size hail in Indiana between 1585 and Woodrow Road, wherever that's at. It says 9 southeast of Lubbock. We'll see if that's actually where it is. Of course, our map is available online now for everything. Everything's been going on. You'll get the good old map for here in Lubbock, and there's also another map here and up in Nebraska. Sitting outside with a beer and a tape measure waiting. All right, Brady, I can't wait to, hopefully, fingers crossed, this thing can hold itself together and drop some big-time hail up in the Lincoln, Nebraska area a little bit here. Check in on again. Another, yeah, man, that's a big hail core, guys. The storm, weird looking. It's a weird looking mofo, that's for sure. It's like almost like it wants to. It's like wrapping around like it wants to engulf the city. It's kind of crazy. So we'll see. We'll see how this plays out, guys. Moving in the area looks all right now. I'm just kind of biding our time, see how this all comes together. Meantime, here in the Lubbock, Texas area, the reason why we went live, we haven't had a radar update in a little bit, but watching a new storm trying to form over by Wolforth, over in the, I don't know where the hell. I feel like this is like horrendously misplaced, but that's what our map's for. That's what Frank and Heather and everyone in the Hail Trace team that isn't me doing this live coverage, they can get more into the weeds than I can. Obviously, while I'm talking to you guys, I don't want too much dead air. So, gotta wait for another radar update here in the Lubbock area, see if there's gonna be more hail. There are still storms trying to form, so that definitely means there could be more activity ahead. We got another quarter report Twitter picture. Of course, I saw 68th and Gary. So, more reports coming in. Solid 3-star map is looking like what this is going to be. This is not like the storm last year where you had up to 3-inch hail falling on that. Another storm dropping some golf ball size hail in Stratford, Texas. It's way out in the middle of nowhere, looks like. And all this is probably going to come together and move through Oklahoma City late tonight. So they update this morning yet? Ping pong ball size hail and pre-funnel clouds are also possible. Why don't they just tornado warn it? Like a lazy way to not tornado warn a storm. Okay. Alright. What else? Let's see. I'll jump back in on this Lincoln, Nebraska. If you're just joining us, watching two different storms. We had a storm in Lubbock, the reason why I went live. Lubbock, Nebraska. Lubbock, oh my God. Lubbock, Texas, here we go. Got hit with possibly up to some 2-inch hail. I have to get some confirmation on that, but at least golf ball size hail over a good chunk of the southwestern sections of the city. And then while we were discussing that, it looks like a storm is now getting close to Lincoln's doorsteps here, Lincoln, Nebraska's doorsteps. So I'm going to actually change something real fast. Hopefully this actually updates. Does that update mid-video? I'm trying to change the title on the video here, guys, just so, since it looks like I'm going to be including Lincoln, Nebraska on this as well. So we have the storm here. If you're just joining us, I got 4 panels up. Let me just bring it down to 2, a little easier to tell. Right here, basic reflectivity. Here is the correlation coefficient, or the CCs we like to show. It's a pretty clear-cut way to see where hail is. You just want to see the greens and the blues. The radar source is up in Omaha, so that's why you see like how backscatters like this. That is all the hail getting reflected from the radar off to the north, so it's just kind of shooting through it. So there's definitely big hail falling in this guy right here in the small town of Malcolm. We are moving slowly but surely towards the south and to the east, and what's in that path is West Lincoln and Lincoln, Nebraska. So fairly soon here, probably over the next 15 minutes, we're going to be seeing this storm move into Lincoln. Hopefully something exciting happens. Storms like these, sometimes they drop really big hail, and other times they're a little, they kind of fall apart, and they don't really do too much. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens as the storm continues to make its way down Highway 34. And yep, there's the next update. Man, this thing's trying to shoot hail all the way down here. Kind of crazy. It might be. I don't know what the hell this thing's doing. It's the weirdest looking supercell I've seen in a while. There's been baseballs off to the west, over by Glittner, Nebraska. This is off to the southeast of Grand Island. Big old supercell. This one's been going for a little while, but one we're focusing on is one that might actually impact some people here in the Lincoln area. So we will see how the tennis ball report. Hail up tennis ball size, high 14, 9 South Aurora. Still just warm for ping pong balls. I bet there's definitely at least golf ball size hail in the storms at northeast of Lincoln. We'll see how that comes out. Got another warning here for golf ball size hail. This is not going to be south of Lubbock. Let's see. Do we have a radar update in the Lubbock area? We do. Okay, looks like we got a new area of hail starting here. And yeah, looks like this storm, a new storm is forming in Lubbock, probably bringing some more quarter-size hail along 98th Street and Frankfurt Ave. This area was hit by the first storm with the golf ball size hail. I think this storm might be dropping up to some quarter-size hail, so just adding insult to injury, I guess, to an area that's already been impacted. We'll see if they train over each other, which means they just kind of keep hitting the same spot over and over again, or if it'll continue to move to the northeast and impact a different area of the city. Obviously, if it strengthens any or continues to impact and stuff, that'll affect our star level of this map as well. Definitely a ton of hail. So if you look to the south now, so here's Lubbock, here's a storm off to the south. Look at all those CCs, look at all that green and blue. This storm is definitely a hail machine now. A lot more hail falling. And unfortunately, again, not too many people here, but it just shows like this is what a lot of hail is going to be when you're really close to the radar. It's just going to really light up like a Christmas tree with all those greens and blues. Let's go 4 panel. And yeah, definitely quite a bit of hail. Might be some pretty big hail in there too. Ooh. Okay, it's just pictures being sent. Just want to double check on that, guys. The storm continues. Yeah, big thing I'm gonna be watching is this guy here over by Wolforth. See if that strengthens any. Continues to move through the area. Jumping back to Nebraska. Okay, we are. Huh. All right. Well, this is interesting. So it looks like we have quite a bit of hail, almost like wrapping all the way around. What the hell? Yeah, it's like wrapping around. It's like this. Well, the supercell is almost like pivoting, and now there's hail all in here, guys. And now, yeah, about time to tornado warning. This stupid thing. So. Now, tornado warning. Sirens are going off in Lincoln if you are in Lincoln. If they're not going off, they're going to be going off in a second here. Or, I guess, they don't make it to Omaha. No, Omaha, you lost your opportunity, unfortunately. Storm went up and just did nothing in Omaha. This is all south of you now. So it's Lincoln or bust, I think, with Nebraska today. And this storm is on your doorstep here. Curious to see how big the hail is in this area. This seems to be a fairly new development if I roll it back. It's like the storm wrapped around and now has hail all the way down in this area as the storm continues to move towards Lincoln. So it might be the western sides of Lincoln might be hit with this. The storm's making a weird progression. So I'm honestly kind of figuring this one out with you. I haven't seen a storm do this before. So let's. All right. So this is going to be kind of messy to look at. This is not the cleanest 3D ever. I'm just trying to get a grasp of what the hell is going on. Huh. Yeah, I don't know, guys. This is going to be an interesting storm, to say the least. Michael Gogan of Company Cam just messaged me on Facebook, and he's watching our live stream. I tell you right now, I can't help you too much, dude. Sirens are going off. If you are into finding something tornadic, oh god, your best bet is probably somewhere along Highway 2 and or by Highway 2 off to that area, or up in Huskerville. This storm is weird. So, again, if you're watching me, Michael Going, got this on here. I know you just messaged me on Facebook, and I can't really talk to you too much. You can go core punch it. If you're willing to sacrifice a vehicle, possibly. I want to find out how big this hail is. Because there is hail, definitely hail all the way up and around this whole area here. This whole pink area, if you look bottom where my mouse is, that's hail. That's all hail falling, guys. So, West Lincoln, Huskerville, Lincoln, get ready. This is happening very soon, imminently now, next couple minutes. And especially western sides of town. This thing, man, holy crap, 70-mile-per-hour winds? Oh boy. Okay, so it's going to be windy too. So wind-driven hail, for sure, as this is going to impact Lincoln here with a size of hail. Man, I don't know how big this hail's going to be. Actually, I'm a little perplexed this time, guys. Look at that. Share this video, get some more stuff on here. Just left Derek and Lena. He's recovering well. John, if you can make this a 5-star, we'll bring Derek a green blanket. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens when this thing gets into Lincoln here, Jack. Are we going to have wind-driven baseballs, or is it just going to be a lot of quarters? It's oh, Jesus. Okay, now we're getting something else. Yeah, new storm going up over Lubbock as well. New quarter-size hail. Let's check in on Lubbock real fast before we shift over to full coverage on Lincoln. Yeah, an area of just quarter-size hail right along the South Loop 289. This storm, not a big deal. It's honestly kind of hitting the same areas it was hitting before, which is now another round of quarters. The storm off to the south is looking like it's going to be a monster, as this thing will probably head towards Post with probably baseballs at some point. And I think that's all she wrote for Texas at the moment. I think I'm going to shift gears and kind of solely focus on, there we go. Look at that. Holy cow. All right, so let's try to figure out where the hail is in this. I have to put 4 panels on here, guys. This is an interesting storm. So if I roll the radar back, I know I'm not as talkative as I usually am with this because it's a very interesting storm evolution. It looks like, so we got the hail core, so a little while ago over by Malcolm, and then you just see the pink kind of shift south and wrap around. I think what's happening here is wind coming around and it's throwing hail around it. So we got 70-mile-per-hour winds and probably hail, and definitely hail falling like right along right by South Coddington Ave and West Van Dorn Road. So very strong winds and hail of a size. I think it's probably safe to say we're going to see golf ball size hail out of this. I just don't want to get burned with like high volumes of littler hail, but we're definitely seeing some hail coming down here on the western sides of Lincoln. Man, look at that. That's crazy. Look at this. Just in terms of it being kind of interesting looking, the hook around on this. This is all hail. They're like wrapping around like it's about to just like engulf Lincoln, Nebraska. We're definitely getting hail weirdly coming in on the southern area on Highway 77, shooting east, while another area is slowly heading to the southeast towards West Lincoln. Man, how big is this going to be? Yeah, if you're in Lincoln and you get hit with some hail, please let us know. This is, I mean, it's got to be up to golf ball size hail for sure. I just don't know if it's going to be. I mean, obviously, a big difference would be, there is wind. There's strong winds in this area, on the southern area of the storm here. If you're south of, what route is this? Route 6. Strong winds, for sure. Definitely winds up to like 70. Okay, let's see the inflow of this thing. Holy cow. gusting into the city now, into the west sides of Lincoln, big time. You can see the inflow right in here. Oh man. Okay, so roll back and you see rushing, the storm just rushing off to the east, nosing right into the heart of Lincoln. Very strong winds, up to 70 miles an hour. They're up, is that the newest update? Yeah, up to 70 mile per hour winds. And the biggest question I have right now is going to be hail. How big is this hail? And my gut's telling me we're getting wind-driven golf ball size hail. CCs aren't telling me there's big-time hail here, though. This might just be all wind. However, reflectivities tell me that it's taking hail and is throwing it through the strong winds. Either way, Huskerville, you're getting big hail right now. You're definitely getting up to golf ball, maybe 2-inch size hail. Man, holy cow, look at that. The wind just gusting out. Yeah, so you can just, if you just watch and see how this kind of shoots east, you're getting powerful, powerful winds in Lincoln right now. Let me respond to Michael Gogan. I'm hearing golf ball so far. I think golf ball is probably what you want to say. This is a hell of a storm, guys. This is not the evolution I was expecting. Look at that shooting in. The marker is not as important. There's big hail in here. You can just tell from the spike. The big thing that I'm unsure of is what is this doing right here? This little area. Let me just bring it down to one panel. The area highlighted right in there where I'm circling is this dropping really big hail, or is this primarily wind? That is a monster storm. Let's see, bring up CBR. Okay. Whoops. Didn't want to do that. Sorry, guys. Yeah. A lot of this is live coverage. Obviously, I'm diagnosing this stuff with you. And there's hail in here. So there's definitely wind-driven hail in this bad boy. Man, West Lincoln, you're getting pummeled with that big-time wind right now. It just crossed over, what is I-80? We're just crossing over 80 and we're heading into Lincoln. Downtown Lincoln imminently. You're getting big-time winds. If you didn't get big winds just from that big gust right there. Definitely getting big hail. West Lincoln, Huskerville, you're right along I-80. Big time hail there, and then down south here in Lincoln. That's where the real question is. I'm not 100% certain. Man, huge hail on this or what? Actually, I think we might be knocking power out too. Holy shit, are you serious? 105 mile per hour? Are you kidding me? No way. That's unreal. Okay, 105 mile per hour wind gusts is no joke, man. I mean, that's like if you watch this regularly and you saw us in Hurricane Florence, like in the eye wall, that's what we were getting. So those 105 mile per hour winds, even that's quarter size hail, that's blowing the crap out of some stuff. Oh my god. No way. Ooh, okay. All right. So anyway, this system right here, we saw it wrapping around. Very strong winds. I mean, we're getting that 105 mile per hour wind gust verifies knocking power out of most of Lincoln right now. So No tornado threat. I don't think there's a tornado threat with this like at all right now, but wind threat's unreal. We're definitely throwing hail. We're definitely throwing quite a few hailstones around this thing along Highway 77, and probably into Lincoln itself. I want to say, man, I'm usually not super perplexed by storms, but this one's particularly difficult. It looks like it shot its hail around with the wind blowing it through. Portable building blown onto the road. Holy cow. Okay, yeah. So Lincoln itself, you're getting intense winds. Intense. Definitely over 70-mile-per-hour winds. I mean, that's hurricane force winds. That's crazy. All of Texas getting hit this year. Houston's sitting here like, not today. Yeah. Fortunately. Okay. Oh, man, this one. So with the sirens going off, probably not going to see a whole lot of hail reports coming in. Everybody's in there. Feels like 2016 storm a bit. How so? I'm not sure which storm happened in 2016 in Lincoln. Yeah, so the thing that's really kind of throwing me off is the CCs aren't super indicative of lots of big time hail, but this wind is crazy. Like you're getting, again, quarter-size hail being blown by 70-mile-per-hour wind, 70-mile-per-hour plus winds is gonna screw some stuff up. I mean, there's like bullets coming through. Definitely strong winds. Okay, somebody said I post a picture of hail, but your page won't let me. You can't post pictures on this video. That's a Facebook thing. That's not an us thing, unfortunately. But you can post it on like just the Hail Trace page, where you can message Hail Trace or me, John Choquette, and I can bring up the picture onto the monitor over here so you guys can see. Golf ball size hail, larger branch oak, like west of Raymond 30 minutes ago. Okay, so yeah, definitely big time out to golf ball size hail. The biggest question, of course, is damage to a restaurant, people trapped inside. Holy cow. Yes, no, we had there was some serious wind in here, guys. Serious winds. I won't be surprised if we get like a 90-mile-per-hour confirmed or something in Lincoln. And now this thing looks like might be trying to cut itself off. The inflow is right in here. You can see inflow. So where you're feeling the engine, the whole thing's wrapping around almost like it's a hurricane. You can see it when I rotate it like this. Look at that spin. That's crazy. So you got some intense winds. Now the big question is how much hail was there? Again, definitely hail. I want to say there was at least golf ball size hail in like Huskerville, West Lincoln, and maybe along Highway 77. But the wind definitely is impacting all of Lincoln. And who knows how strong this wind is. 87-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So yeah, well over 80-mile-per-hour winds. So we have hurricane force winds in Lincoln, Nebraska from this storm, which is unreal. And these wind reports, the initial wind reports coming in are really impressive. New tornado warning. So again, it's very possible this thing only had up to ping pong ball size hail. But when you get winds, tornado touchdown, 20th, Saltillo, Lincoln. Where's that? That's crazy. What was that? I wonder if that was tornado damage there. I mean, it's just wind. That's just straight line. This is straight line wind that's happening right now, I want to say. Yeah, if you guys can confirm some stuff to me, help each other out, that'd be fantastic. We're definitely getting hail probably in downtown Lincoln now. And size, I think it would be anywhere from quarter to golf ball. But again, if you got 70 mile per hour, 80 mile per hour was the latest one. The ASOS come at 87, 80 to 90 mile per hour winds. Yeah, you're doing damage with even quarters. Oh boy. I'm going to have to start looking on social media here. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to see. I'm seeing small hail. Yeah, I'm not sure. Just trying to figure. Sorry guys, I'm trying really hard to figure out what. So, if you're just joining in, we've witnessed a fairly perplexing storm impact Lincoln. It looked to be very, very strong wind as the storm wrapped around and just shot through Lincoln here. We're getting confirmed. We had wind readings of upwards of almost 90 miles an hour. We got upward of 105 miles per hour in Pleasantdale, and has now blown through Lincoln. The big question, of course, is how much hail was there and how big was it as the storm pushed through? Was it quarter to $half size hail? Do we have to golf ball size hail? I'm not finding anything other than small hail at the moment. That's why I haven't been ringing any alarms saying that the hail is super big, just because the storm doesn't look like it's had crazy big hail in it, other than a certain area. Off to the south, meanwhile, we have a tornado in progress. Off the storm by Lubbock. Jeez. Man, that's crazy. Lubbock, you are out of the woods for hail. You're good. But, man, holy cow. That's a tornado on the ground there. Here in Lincoln is kind of a interesting little mess here, as it's hailing in Lincoln right now. I just don't know exactly how large this hail is at the moment. Looks like we have, again, there were very, very, very strong winds in Lincoln very recently. This thing is just rapid. I mean, we roll the radar back and I move it quickly. It looks like almost like a hurricane the way it's rotating like this. So it is very strong. Again, very strong winds. The hail may have honestly only been marginally severe as it's moving through Lincoln here, but again, these winds are so strong that quarter-size hail is going to do a lot of damage. If you're getting 90 mile per hour winds is going to do a lot of damage with or without hail. So, I mean, we're getting possible roof blown off home. We got damage for restaurant. People are trapped inside. Portable building blown onto the road. I mean, this is the type of wind damage you see from a hurricane. So, this is a very intense wind event. The hail, again, looking more minimal. Things aren't saying a lot to me in terms of big time hail. There was a brief touchdown of a tornado up by south of Malcolm. This was way earlier here, up in this area, before it was even tornado warned. So you got the tornado, and then this hail is going to get with this storm. But Again, okay. We got big reflectivity returns here, but the CCs aren't really coinciding with it too much. So it could just be upwards of some quarter-size hail. Again, very strong, probably wind-driven quarter-size hail with that. So start at 60, got to 87 miles per hour. Jeez. And this storm off to the west, still just dropping tennis balls like it's nothing. Let's see elsewhere. Got confirmed tornado warning. Again, confirmed tornado warning south of Lubbock. So thankfully Lubbock has dodged a bullet here. You got big time. You got some big hail. Definitely at least a 3-star map here in Lubbock. But tornado in progress south of Lubbock, far south of Lubbock, thankfully. So I don't think that's going to affect anybody. That. And the biggest story here is in Lincoln and trying to figure out how big this hail got. Trying to get more confirmation. Let me know how things are going, Brady, how big this hail gets. Again, I'm suspicious that we're not going to see much in the way of really, really big hail, but more. At all. Of all the storms, this is definitely the most perplexing in terms of hail. This easy wind, without question, big time wind. Again, probably 90-mile-per-hour winds over a large swath of the city. But in terms of hail, I don't know. We're gonna have to kind of figure this out again. If you even get even quarter-size hail, hell, under quarter-size hail is probably gonna do some damage when your wind is blowing over 80 miles an hour. One Lincoln's news page. Yeah, it is. Okay. Look. Seeing any pictures here? Watch, I think the tornado. Ton of hail. Yeah. The winds look like this was the big story. Again, I think might only be marginally severe hail here in Lincoln, Nebraska itself. But hell of a lot of wind. About a lot of people just lost power in Lincoln. So the worst of the wind's probably passing off now. Just through East Lincoln. And they'll be passing out of there very soon. And then that'll be all she wrote for the storm. Again, upwards of possibly 90-mile-per-hour winds. I mean, we had up to a confirmed 105-mile-per-hour gust before it got to Lincoln. So, friggin' knows. But, okay. Let me roll this back a little bit. Let's see what better look at this. Okay, I think the hail is actually kind of expanded a little bit here. Maybe let's bring up some 3D, figure out how. Yeah, the hail, I think the hail size has gotten a little bit bigger in southeast Lincoln. So, like along Pioneers Boulevard and 84th Street. you're seeing some big hail there. I think we're seeing again quarter half dollar size hail. We'll see if it's bigger than that. And the storm is a little on the interesting side, to say the least. Fairly unique, where the whole thing gusts out. Eastern edge of Lincoln Central, still P, 1 long quarter. Okay. Good. Am I back on? Did I get disconnected? Oh, man. Am I still live? Did I like restart it or something? Ah, you piece of trash. It started a new video. Well, if people get back on here, my computer decided to disconnect Open Broadcaster. Got disconnected somehow. But I think we probably only had up to maybe some quarter size hail with this storm, but the winds, that's the big story. Winds probably upwards of 90 miles per hour across Lincoln. So even if there isn't much in the way of hail, we may end up making a wind swath of this. So we'll have to see how this plays out, because this is a monster storm here, guys. Crazy winds directly hitting Lincoln, Nebraska with this. I'm back? Oh, we're back. Okay. Came back. Cool. Yeah. So again, sorry about that, guys. I don't know why my computer decided to disconnect Open Broadcaster on me. Still, no hail reports have come in, which leads me to believe that this hail is probably pretty small. Up to wind-driven quarter-size hail. Very wind-driven. Definitely wind-driven. And winds probably upwards of 90 miles an hour in some spots of Lincoln, Nebraska. I mean, we got an 87 mile per hour wind gust. I think that was at the airport. That is no joke. That's hurricane force there. Confirmed tornado. Let's double check. Let's check back in on the Lubbock storm. I bet it looks pretty wild. It does. Yep. Yeah, it's dropping a big old tornado, isn't it? Yep. Angry tornado definitely being dropped here and to the east of Tahoka. Hopefully it didn't actually hit them. Lubbock, you're done. That's it. You got your storm. We're going to probably gonna have that map ready for you guys again. 3-star map for Lubbock, Texas. The big question mark is going to be Lincoln, Nebraska here, where we got impacted with very, very strong winds. Hail size is probably kind of marginal, but we'll work on trying to get that confirmation. Well, Derek, that's the big question here. Is wind very, very strong, probably upwards of 90 miles an hour. Obviously, nickel-size hail is going to do a ton of damage with that kind of wind power. But I'm getting a lot of reports of P to dime-size hail. I think there might have only been up to quarter-size hail in the strongest parts in Lincoln itself. Off to the north and west, I think probably got upwards of golf ball-size hail. But in Lincoln itself, does Lincoln have a chance tomorrow? Asked John. Is there tomorrow? I double check. No, it's gonna be Southie tomorrow. I had to double check. I was doing grocery shopping and stuff before this. The roof blew off. Jeez. Yeah, I've seen a lot of pictures of clouds and super strong winds. Yeah, a lot of wind damage in Lincoln. Again, this might be one of the few times I should put together a wind map for you guys. It hailed. It definitely hailed in Lincoln. But from what I'm seeing right now, I don't think there was anything over quarters at the moment. Okay, let me get comments coming in. Southeast Lincoln now P size. Yeah. See, I think a good chunk of this was smaller hail. Might have gotten bigger here towards the end, but give me that perp says bait. I don't think we're seeing too much in the way of purple on this one. Could be again. Looks like it might be a good wind damage storm. We got quite a bit of wind out of this. I think hail wise, there isn't a. We'll see. We'll see how big this gets. We might get a this might be a case of confirmation way after the fact, but I'm trying really hard to find stuff for you guys while I'm on here live. Well, that's a cool video though. Dang. Okay, let's see here. Is there anything? Was it very high volume? Still chance for Omaha? No, Omaha, you're done. Your chances passed, unless the storm off to the north decides to move due south. A lot of the areas, I think, up to quarter size now.